Hello students, welcome again in our today's video lesson. In the last video lesson we have discussed the factor responsible for the change of state of matter, different state of matter. So we will see today the interconversion of state of matter. Interconversion of state of matter. Interconversion of state of matter. Okay, so we'll see this. So interconversion of state of matter means when the change of state of matter from one state to another state, usually due to change in temperature, is called interconversion of state of matter. So when temperature changes, solid changes to liquid, liquid changes to gas, and gas to liquid, liquid to solid. So this is called interconversion of state of matter. So one by one we'll see what happens when there is change in temperature. Means change in temperature means the temperature may increase or temperature may decrease also. In both cases, change of state of matter takes place. Okay. The first point is solid to liquid. Solid to liquid. So when solid to liquid means here increase in temperature takes place. Okay, here temperature increases. So when solid absorb heat, temperature increases and it starts melting. Okay, so this is here melting takes place. Here you see melting takes place. Okay, and the temperature at which anything starts melting, we call it is a melting point. So whenever the temperature at which solid starts melting is called melting point. It is called melting point. So as you know, all of you, the melting point of ice is 0 degree. Okay, so this is melting and melting point. Now after that, next is liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. Again here increase in temperature takes place. Here increasing temperature takes place. So temperature increases means temperature may increase in when solid liquid to liquid, gases to gas. Two things you can see here. One is evaporation. So evaporation takes place at any temperature below boiling point. Evaporation is the process of changing solid liquid to gaseous state below any temperature below boiling point. And next is it is followed by boiling. So what is boiling? So it start when liquid achieve its boiling point, it start changes to liquid to vapor state. So it is also called vaporization. It is also called vaporization. Okay, and in case of melting, we also call it as liquefaction. So these two things happens during when solid liquid changes to gaseous state, evaporation and boiling both. So evaporation takes place at any temperature below boiling point, But when a liquid achieves its boiling point, it starts boiling, changes to vapor state, and it's called boiling, and vaporization takes place here. After that, next is gas to liquid. Gas to liquid. So here, decrease in temperature. Decrease in temperature. So what you see here, decrease in temperature takes place. So gas to liquid. So this process is called condensation. It is called condensation. Okay. Sometimes this condensation is also called as liquefaction or precipitation, also we called it. Okay. Next is liquid to solid. Liquid to solid. So liquid to solid means sometimes it changes from liquid state to solid state. It is also called, again, decrease in temperature here also. Decrease in temperature, and it is called freezing, or sometimes it is called solidification. Solidification. It is also called solidification. Okay. So the temperature is called temperature at which anything freezes is called is freezing point. Now direct solid to gaseous state. Solid to gas. Again, it is called sublimation. It is called sublimation. So without going to liquid state, solid when increases its temperature, gain temperature on heating, it changes to gaseous state is called sublimation, and the substance that undergoes a solidification, sublimation, they are called sublime substances like dry ice, naphthalene, camphor. So many examples that you can see of sublimation. And last is the gas to solid. Gas to solid. So what we see here, gas to solid. In this gas to solid, it is called deposition. It is also called deposition. Means on cooling, when gases cools, it changes to solid. It is called deposition. Okay. So this is about the change of state of matter, interconversion of state of matter. Now we will see the factors which are responsible for interconversion of state of matter. Effects of heat on matter. So when something is heated, what changes we can see on matter? So as we have just now see that due to increase in heat, the solid changes to liquid and liquid to gas, and when temperature decreases, gas to liquid, liquid to solid, and also on heating, solid to gaseous state, sublimation, and gas to solid on cooling, it is called deposition. So we have seen it. So what are the effect of heat? What happens when you heat a substance? If you heat a substance, that means it may have two types of changes you can see. One change is that you can see, that is physical change, and second is chemical change. Physical change and chemical change. In physical change, we can see two changes. first is the only the state of matter takes place, and also the size changes. State of matter changes, change in state and change in size you can observe in the physical state. No new substances are formed here, only the physical state of change, or you can see the size of a substance may change. Okay, that means composition does not changes. The physical state only changes, means its chemical composition remains the same. Suppose you can see on heating, you can from ice to water, then water to water vapor. So only you can see the same solid. Ice is a solid. On heating, it changes to liquid. On heating, it changes to gaseous. Again, when you cool, vapor changes to water, and water changes to again ice on freezing. So only we can see here, only the state of change of matter takes place in a physical change. But what happened in about the size? So on heating causes increase in energy, which rapidly helps particles to move rapidly. Okay. So when on heating particles moves rapidly, it again size also increases. It may increase or it may decrease also. Suppose if you cool water, on freezing the size of ice becomes more than that of the water, and the volume of water that you have taken, the volume of ice will be much more than that. So you can see the size of liquid expands. So solid will expand on heating. Okay, solid, liquid, everything expands on heating. So many on the expansion of size you can have then experiments also. So solid, liquid, gas, only size changes. You can have the experiment. So one experiment that is given in your book about the solids, that we have to take a metallic ball and a ring, brass ring. The radius of the brass ring and the metallic ball should be same. So when when you pass the ball through the ring, it will easily pass, though they are of same radii or diameter. But when you heat the metallic ball, what we will see after some time on heating, the ball does not comes out from the ring. That means on heating the size of the metallic ball has increased, due to which it does not comes out. So this shows that solids expands on heating. Again, liquid also expand on heating. For this experiment we can do, then experiment we have to take a small test tube. In test tube we have to take some water, full of water, deep tube inside the test tube with through a which is covered with the cord. Now when you heat the test tube, the water inside it also get heated, and after some time what we'll see, that water try to comes out from the tube. What it shows, that on heating the water inside the test tube expands and it rises up. Okay, so when it rises up, it will not get any space inside the test tube, so it will come out through the small tube that is fitted in the cord or test tube. So this through capillary tube, this is called this experiment from, you can say, solids, liquid also expands on heating. Next, gas expand on heating. There is also an experiment is given. You have to take a bottle, a balloon, a deflated balloon. So you tie the balloon in the bottle mouth, okay, tightly. Now dip the bottle in the hot water. After some time, what you will see, the balloon is becoming expanding. Balloon is expanding, means it is inflating. Why it inflates? Because when we heat the bottle with the hot water, the air inside the bottle also get heated, and on heating it expands. Since it does not get any space to expand, it will expand in the balloon, and balloon is a stretchable membrane, so it expands with the expansion of gas inside the bottle. So this experiment shows that gases also expands on heating. Now the chemical change, chemical change means a totally a new substance is formed. total molecular and atomic structure composition changes. In a chemical change, total composition of atoms and molecules changes. Okay, so here totally a new substance are formed. Okay, suppose when you melting of wax is a physical change only because when you cools the wax, it will again change into solid wax. But burning of wax it gives out heat plus CO, carbon dioxide and water. So from this carbon dioxide water you cannot make the wax again. So it is a chemical change. It is a chemical change. So what we see in a chemical change, new substances are formed, but in a physical change, only state of matter or size of the particles changes. No permanent changes can be seen in a physical change, but you will see the new substances are formed in a chemical chain. So similar experiments we can, with the help of you can take iron and sulfur. When you mix iron and sulfur, normally it's a physical change because you can separate the iron from the sulfur with the help of a magnet. But if you heat the mixture of iron and sulfur, it reacts with one another, and a new substance that is called iron sulfide will be formed. From that we cannot bring the sulfur and iron again. So that is a chemical change. So both changes are seen when a solid or liquid or gas is being heated. So these are the effect of heat on state of matter. So this is all about the chapter number 3. So we have completed this. I hope all of you have understood. I have also discussed in your online class. So next we will see the question and answer of this chapter in the next video lesson. Okay students, thank you very much for watching this video. See you again in the video class and also in the online class. Thank you very much.